This is Dan Ferrisi, Group Director of Content and Editorial, Industrial and Tech at Emerald. Once again, working in partnership with our friends at the HDBaseT Alliance here at InfoComm 2026, doing thought leadership interviews and analytical discussions with top suppliers in the industry. This is our State of the Industry Roundtable, talking from the manufacturer perspective. Thank you so much, Dorit Bitter, as well as Brad Hintze, for joining us today. Really appreciate you participating.
Happy to do it.
So let's get started. Both Crestron and Kramer have been making moves, whether it's new compute and collaboration platforms, fresh take on AV signal management. What is driving your technology direction right now, and what are you hearing from the market that's influencing the decision making you're both making internally? Whoever wants to start with that.
Okay.
Sure, thank you. So from our side, we look at, first of all, the technological trends, may it be the AV-IT convergence, hybrid, ecosystem importance, open by design because everything needs to work together, as well as hardware to software for management and virtualization. And we look at all these trends as great challenges for us to go and fit into the market challenges, which are a lot about the customer experience and a lot about holding costs together. So we leverage the technologies in order to resolve these issues for our customers.
How about you, Brad?
For us, collaboration is a really important topic. We just introduced a whole new line of collaboration products, Collab Compute. And really that's motivated by customers have the need to deploy collaboration in every space they have. That's driven in part by AI, but that's certainly driven more importantly by the expectations of their employees that they can and need to be able to connect with those that are remote from that office at any time, right? We know 80% of meetings have at least one remote attendee, and so making sure that you have that infrastructure coverage to allow that in all of the meeting rooms, that's a huge trend that we know will only accelerate, it won't decelerate. So for us to go and engineer a product specifically for that is what we have been set out to do, and working really closely with our partners. They can bring in the right peripherals, but then drive that with the right collaboration compute in each of those rooms.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more. There's going to be no deceleration. It's just going to keep being pedal to the metal, 100%. So the economic environment is complicated right now. I think that may even be understating it. Geopolitical tensions, rising costs, pressure on pricing. How is all of that showing up in your respective business strategies, and what are you doing to maintain resilience and strength?
For us, we've navigated difficult times before, right? We, over the last 5-6 years, the whole industry, we've become experts at crisis management in a way. And I think that for us, it really comes back down to the commitment, we call it True Blue, but ultimately that is be a good partner with our integrators, and so continually share what information we have in a transparent way, be really close around project planning, inventory planning. We're buying a lot of inventory ahead of time, so we have everything on the shelf to navigate some of those disruptions. So it really comes down to that partnership, that commitment to partnership. And then related to that too, this isn't new for us, but this is a core part of our product strategy. By having a broad product portfolio, we're giving customers choice about how they can design a project. We know that for end customers, budgets are not increasing. What they have to deliver though is those expectations are higher. So by having a broad product portfolio, we're able to allow them to go and design a system that fits into their budget. So those are the two central strategies, and actually that underpins who we are anyway, right?
Yeah. And Dorit?
I would like to agree. The budgets of our customers are not increasing. They're actually under a lot of pressure as well. So we look at it from 3 different directions. First of all, we try to optimize and make our products fit to purpose by giving the selection you're speaking about, but really having them be able to choose exactly what they need and not more. The other is trying to bring together some of the technologies into one product, 1 or 2, in order to simplify installations, simplify support. All of that together makes it just easier to manage. And third, because of everything that's been going on with everything globally, besides some of our, NUC products that are heavy on the memory, we've actually decided to partner with our customers and to hold any price increase until the end of the year, because we're sure they have other challenges as well, and we sort of want to be there for them as they go through that process by keeping our prices stable for the time being until the end of the year. So putting all that together, we hope it will help our partners also through that period.
Absolutely, and partner centricity matters, I think, now more than ever, and certainly both Crestron and Kramer center that, it seems to me, in your engagement with the channel. So we talked a little bit about the headwinds, but I also want to talk a little bit about the tailwinds. Looking ahead, what gives you the greatest amount of confidence about where the market is going? How do you see leading manufacturers like yourselves adapting, staying strong, maybe even having the best year yet, this year or next?
Yeah, for us, I think that really everybody's going to say AI, and it's important, but and it's like we don't want to just slap an AI term on anything, right? That's the lazy hashtag way of saying it. But it is going to change the way that people work, and it's changing their expectations of a meeting room. As users learn and build it into their daily workflow on a personal productivity perspective, they want to extend that into the meeting room. And so building out that infrastructure to enable the AI capabilities and AI services to come into those spaces is really critical. And we know those trends, again, will continue as well. So that's where we continue to work with the channel, both arm them with the knowledge and the experience, but then also the right products to be able to go and take advantage of this change. We're well poised to do so as an industry, right? And it's up to us to go out and partner with our end customers to deploy that at scale.
Our fate is in our hands to execute on that vision. Dorit?
Yeah, I agree, and adding to that, I think it's actually our responsibility. I think technology is all the time bringing more and more capabilities to the table, but on the other hand, it doesn't mean that it will work all the way through. Actually, with HDBaseT, we're trying now to work together through the fact that cameras are 4K 60, but the rest of the stream isn't. And then we got all these odd things happening. It's our responsibility to bring these products to the table that leverage the technology, but still have a good customer experience and to make it smooth. Otherwise, it all falls apart. I think AI is a big part of it, with automating and making all of it just more relevant to our customers.
So Dorit, if you don't mind, I'm going to stick with you for a minute, because I want to talk a little bit about a running debate that I've heard, whether the AV matrix is dead or whether the industry has simply moved on. Kramer, I think, has made a pretty strong case that matrices have been reborn, still are delivering real value. What is your take? And explain your reasoning. Is the matrix done, or is the matrix just changing?
So, first of all, I have to say, I think AV over IP is an outstanding infrastructure and capability, and it's definitely strategic for us. But on the other hand, we see our customers are on a continuum, and some of them are still more comfortable with a signal management kind of infrastructure. The matrix of 10 years ago isn't the matrix of today. It has USB, USB-C, additional capabilities. It's sort of matured into the new technology, and we think that for those customers that prefer this kind of infrastructure, we think it makes sense to bring the right products for them in the matrix, while of course continuing also with AV over IP, because together the infrastructure of how AV is brought to the table is what matters.
Yeah. And Brad, in the first question I asked you, I think the first sentence or two, you mentioned collaboration being a real focus for Crestron. Why is collaboration foremost in what you are focusing on as an organization? What is the opportunity that you see, not just now, but in the future? And how are you trying to lean your organization into those emerging opportunities?
Well, the reason it is such a focus for us is a lot of times it's because of the customers are demanding it. They need it, right? It is a really big opportunity. It's a great example of bringing all of those core technologies together: audio, video, microphones, speakers, displays, control, bringing it all in to enable an organization to be more effective and to grow, right? It's through that collaboration. So that is a central point where customers need us and we can deliver. We have a really solid product portfolio there. We continue to expand that as an opportunity. And so really, like, we as an industry should go tackle this trend, right? And so that's why we introduced the Collab Compute, really close partnership with Microsoft Teams and Zoom to continue to deliver on that. So we're really excited about that continued opportunity.
Well, thank you so much, Brad. Thank you so much, Dorit, for joining me today, giving us a sense of the conversations going on in your C-suites, the state of the market, where we stand. It sounds like there's a lot of optimism, though. We recognize the challenges, endemic, macroeconomic, but it seems like there's a lot of good reason for optimism about our channel. So thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
My name is Dan Ferrisi, Group Director of Content and Editorial, Industrial and Tech at Emerald, working in close partnership, once again, with the HDBaseT Alliance, here at InfoComm 2026, doing thought leadership interviews and analytical discussions with our industry's top suppliers.